What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tony's Picks Look Ahead show here with yours truly, Alessandro here, ready to break down Friday's action here for December 19th. We have a lot to get into as well here. NBA, NHL, some college football playoffs, bowl games, lots in store for us here. Get ahead of some of these line moves. Some of these lines, most books are not posted. I found a couple of these lines, though. We're ahead of them here. We're ahead of some of the injury reports as well. This is where you get some of the best up-to-date information to get ahead of tomorrow's action here, again, for December 19th, Friday here. Christmas right around the corner, 5 to 6 days away. Hope everybody out there is having a great holiday season. And let's get into it here. Like and subscribe. We're on a mission here to 100,000 subscribers. Every like, every subscription helps. Appreciate you guys very much. Let's get into it here, guys. We're going to start with college football. We're going to go into this first bowl game here, the one between Kennesaw State, Western Michigan. This one here, you always got to check portal-wise what's going on. I'm seeing still these quarterbacks should be playing Odom here, Mario Odom for Kennesaw State, and Brock Lowry here for Western Michigan. Both of these guys are a little dual threat. I would say Lowry's more of the heavy quarterback power type runner. And Odom, they're really going to try to roll him out and throw on the edge with him and, 1-2 read go type offense with him as well. But I think still these defenses are, Western Michigan here is 13th nationally in points per game. I get it. They played in the MAC, but, 18 points per game, still very impressive. The Kennesaw State's on that level anyways of a MAC conference team, I would think. Kennesaw State defensively, second in the Conference USA in points allowed. Very impressive as well this year. A La Tech game comes to mind. Obviously, the Wake Forest game, first game of the year. This Kennesaw State team, yes, can definitely play some defense. That's why I like the under at the end of the day, because I think Odom is more of the better passer here between the two. So the Western Michigan offense is really going to be in ball control, I feel like. Kennesaw State might be a little bit more lenient to throwing it downfield. Western Michigan, the MAC conference champs here. I think they're going to rely on that defense mostly to get this one done. Under 47.5 would be the pick for me here in this one. Should be a pretty fun bowl game to watch if you like some defense there in that one. All right, next game up, we got Memphis taking on NC State, and same thing here. Had to check injuries here with the quarterbacks, transfer portal or anything. Bailey, I was expecting to come back to NC State. Everything's been going well with him. Each year he's taken the next step forward, at least from his freshman year into this year, his sophomore year. 20-something touchdown passes, only 6 or 7 interceptions. This kid, obviously big frame, still adding muscle and weight to his frame, but a pretty good year. Interesting to see what he'll look like next year if he could take another step forward. I think NC State's still a little bit head and shoulders above Memphis here talent-wise. Memphis still the quarterback here, Brandon Lewis. He was efficient as well through the air this year. Did some nice things this year with this Memphis squad, but he was battling an ankle injury there at the end of the year. Memphis really didn't finish strong there down the stretch. At the end of the day, I like NC State a little bit more. I like an over in this game. I think NC State does the heavy lifting in the over, but I think Memphis still, could 20 points, 17 points, and I think NC State gets us near the upwards of, 38, 40-something points here. Team total over for NC State. I like just not in love with this Memphis defense. I was seeing, I think, near the 90th and against the pass here. So CJ Bailey over 2.5 passing touchdowns is another prop I like here. Try to find some plus money. But to me, it's the NC State team total over. You can go full game over. because I do think Memphis can chip in a little bit, even get to 24 points, because this one might get 48-24 type score here. We saw what NC State did to a Georgia Tech. Plenty of offense here in this one, but should be a good one there in that one. All right. This is the one everybody's been waiting for here, at least for Friday. We got Bama, Oklahoma here, college football playoff matchup. Oklahoma obviously got the best of Bama in that last matchup there in Tuscaloosa as well. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it again. Even here in Norman, I just don't like a John Mateer long term. So if you're thinking every game we're having to pick John Mateer, yes or no, I'm always choosing or leaning no. Faded him against the Texas in that spot. I get he was banged up in that one. That just comes to mind. There's been other spots as well. Just not in love with what the Ole Miss one as well was another one. But just not in love with the 12-10 touchdown to interception ratio this year. He's, really first year in big time, Power 5 football here, SEC football, Washington State transfer, obviously. I don't know in this spot. This is a big game. 13 out of the last 14 games here for an Alabama versus an SEC school has gone under the total. Last game there was a defensive type game. Obviously, Brent Venables on the other side of Oklahoma there. He's willing to draw some exotic blitzes up. He's just known for his defense, a great defensive-minded coach. Kalen DeBoer, on the other hand, more of the offensive type-minded. It's why Alabama was interested in hiring him. At the end of the day, I think this prop I like here, Daniel Hill, 2 touchdowns. I think they try to get the run game going. Especially with Jam Miller as well. Daniel Hill had 2 touchdowns in the last game between these two teams. I think he can go for 2 touchdowns again and try to find some major plus money with that. But Bama leans on this ground game, opens up that pass rush from Oklahoma, and I think Bama can get this one done. Again, 13 out of the last 14 games have gone under the total. We're expecting about 15 to 20 mile per hour wind gust. Very tough game as far as wanting to choose the total because it is starting to get low. It could be in the 30s by the time this one tips off or kicks off. But give me the Bama here in this one. And again, I like a Daniel Hill 2+ touchdowns if you want to go for big plus money. 1 touchdown, I think, is around plus 140. All right, let's get into hockey here. When I was checking into this one here, everything to me was actually pointing into taking a shot here on the Canucks. Demko was scheduled in a goal versus Sorokin. Obviously, that's a pretty good matchup goalie-wise. It was actually a head-to-head advantage for, the Kraken. The Canucks. It was a 4-1 last 5 here for the Canucks, actually, head-to-head versus the Islanders. Boy, are they ever due. What are they, like 6-12 in their last 18? Or it's been rough there for the Canucks recently here. I got to go take a shot on them to get right here against a team that they normally kind of play well against. I can make a case for under here with these 2 goalkeepers expected to be in goal. We'll see. Obviously, this is the look ahead show, giving you guys what I see expected in the lineup. But I think right here, Islanders, or excuse me, that's a typo. Canucks is the Canucks is the pick, guys. Sorry. Again, for the 4-1 head-to-head matchup is what got me on the Canucks. And then Demko expected to be in goal. I can back that. We'll go Canucks here. Take a shot for a little Canuck dance. We'll finally say it. All right, this one here, very interesting game. Panthers, Evan Rodriguez, I'm seeing now, is going to be day-to-day. We like to go to his goal props here. Panthers have dominated the series. At the end of the day, I think this one, though, it's going to come down to the fact that the Hurricanes are a little bit healthier right now. I think just the better team right now as well. let me read some of these stats here. Give me 1 second. Right. 1 second. What it was, Hurricanes, it was a 6-1 run when they take on Florida. They're on a 6-1 run taking on Florida, the Hurricanes. That's what it is. And also, Hurricanes on a 5-game winning streak. What do you call it here? Florida is playing pretty well, though. I have my stats all jacked up, guys. I apologize. It's the fact that the Hurricanes are on the 5-game winning streak. Florida is on a 6-1 run. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. And in the last 10 meetings at home, Florida's 8-2 here versus Carolina. But the injury report's ugly for the Panthers. I think the Hurricanes are playing the better hockey. Pick is the Hurricanes, minus 120, guys. On to the next game. We got Jets and Avalanche here. This one, Hellebuck's now back in the fold of things. I did want to try to take a shot with them. We saw them lose there like that to the Blues, 1-0 game. I think, they'll get something out of the Jets offense a little bit, but still think it's a little bit sketchy backing him just only second, a game back here or one of the few games back. I don't know. To me, I don't want to step in front of the Avalanche. I get it. You're getting a nice plus price. It would be an Avalanche in regulation there, or try to buy it down, whatever you want. Maybe a puck line, because I could buy into Jets still struggling to score. So, yeah, give me Avalanche and just stay away type game. Avalanche or pass. On to the next one here. We got Devils and Mammoth. Mammoth here. What do you call it? Just coming back from that East Coast trip. We'll see how they do against the Devils squad, who actually has dominated them as well in the head-to-head meetings. And not playing well as of late. It's a pretty cold run. I know they got it done against Vegas, but they only scored 2 goals there. It was a 2-1 under game. We gave the under out in that game. Don't know if the Devils can keep showing up offensively, but I don't know. To me, I don't like the Mammoth coming back here from the East Coast trip. Devils have already been out here on the West Coast trying to get right, even without a Jack Hughes. This one, pick would be the Devils in that one to get a little bit of plus money. On to the next one here. We got Stars and Ducks. Stars on the back-to-back here against, this young, gritty Ducks team that we've been backing basically all year long. Not willing to step in front of them here, though. Let's see the end result of this game, because I think we're in the middle of this game going on. It's actually 4-3. Last I saw, it was a 2-0 Stars game. Sharks have gotten right back into this one. So, yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. Obviously, Stars on a back-to-back spot here on the California road trip. I still think I would kind of take the same approach that I took with the other favorite there in the Avalanche is square it. I'm squaring it. If you want to go plus money, I totally understand. Tons of value on the other side of this, but that's the 2 ways I'm going. Basically, you can do Avalanche and Stars puck lines. Again, you're having to win by 2 goals, so you can go in regulation. There's many ways you could touch it, but you can go 2 favorites, 2 dogs, 1-1. I think both favorites get it done here in this one. The Ducks in against these elite teams. I thought the head-to-head matchup was just recently as well. It went rough there against the Ducks here. 1 second. No, that was somebody else. The Ducks just got mollywopped the other night. I remember bad. Why is it escaping me off the top of my head? No, they mollywopped somebody. They mollywopped the Blackhawks. This game's interesting. Still leading Stars and I almost said McKinnon. McKinnon with the Avalanche and obviously Rantanen and yeah, Stars are deep. Robertson, all the props. I'm still back in the 2 square plays here in those 2 games. So yeah, Stars there. You can try to go puck line again. Puck line's a 2-1, so nothing wrong with that at all. College basketball here. Villanova, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, I'm seeing is 4-point favorites now. This one here between Villanova and Wisconsin. Like and subscribe before we get on into this college basketball action. Thank you guys for tuning in here. This guard here, Boyd for Wisconsin. And then the other one, what's his name? Blackwell. 2 solid guards. Blackwell shooting almost 42% from 3. I kind of get why Wisconsin would be, laying it a little bit. Villanova really hasn't played anybody outside of that BYU game that they covered. Who was it? The Michigan game, obviously, they got mollywopped. That's why I can't really count that as anything because, they played them, but they weren't even in the game, really. The only game you can think of there is the BYU game to open the season up. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think Wisconsin let us down there when we tried to back them against Nebraska there. But again, that's almost 9 days ago now. They've had a little bit of time to lick their wounds over this. Again, this one here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What's the name of this thing? It's called the Milwaukee Hoop Showdown between Villanova and Wisconsin. Villanova, when it comes to shooting the 3 this year, a couple guys, obviously Lindsay's been the main cog of things, 45% from 3, almost 18 points a game. I think both of these guys, or a Blackwell, a Lindsay, can have a field day from the perimeter. And then obviously Wisconsin has those bigs that can shoot the 3, 7-footers. I like the over 150 in this one. I think they get up and down. I mean, we saw Villanova, like I said, get up and down with the BYU a little bit. So I get it. That one actually went under that total, but Wisconsin will play a little bit fast pace as well. I could get behind an over in there, and then I can also get behind just laying it with Wisconsin. So that's where I'm at in that one. Next game here, we got UC San Diego taking on San Diego. Boy, oh boy, this San Diego team let me down a few times, and I realized to not touch them. UC San Diego, a team that went deep in the tournament last year, lost their coach and whatnot. But I kind of like this squad. They've kind of rebuilt everything. This guy Allard's come in from New Mexico and everything. He's just moved in and put his system right in. They're still playing a similar type of style. This is a little bit of a high total, in my opinion. I think UC San Diego limits anything San Diego can do offensively. And, just the better overall team, probably the better overall shooting team as well. It would be UC San Diego or pass for me. So 2 favorites there to start off, and over and an under probably here. We got FAU and St. Mary's here. Interesting game, 13.5 points FAU is getting. This one here, prop-wise, I was going to look at a couple of these players on the FAU side. First off, I think St. Mary's is one of the better teams here in the country. They're just, still not getting their due here, but 13.5 is a little bit of a lot of points here. It's this kid Vanterpool from FAU, the sophomore guard here. Almost 18 points a game out of him, almost 8 rebounds out of him a game. The double-double prop out of him is live. Over 20 points is live out of him. For them to hang in this game against a St. Mary's team that's deep as well, they play fundamentally sound, these guys. Kind of a positionless type game as well. They can play a lot of these guys on the St. Mary's squad. They're going to have to get a lot of scoring out of this Vanderpool. Obviously, there's other pieces on this FAU squad. They have a couple of these kids. The other guard, Carlisle, as well, only shooting a 28% from three, but he's 93% from the free throw line, and I feel like his 3-point percentage will increase. It's just been a struggle his first 2 seasons in college basketball, and I think getting here at FAU at a little bit better of a program, they'll start developing a jumper a little bit as the season moves along, and this may be a spot he gets hot. He's had some flashes here and there. They have some pieces on this FAU squad. What is it here? Pendleton. This kid, 6'11", kid out of Belgium here. So, yeah, I like FAU. We'll take the 13.5 in that one. All right, next game. Almost through with college basketball. We decided to start off with the college hoops today, and then we'll move on into the NBA. We start off with the hockey, actually, as well. But we'll get into the college hoops now. Cal Poly, UCLA. UCLA covered there against Arizona State. Ragging on Sky Clark, yet he's 6 for 10 from 3 there against Arizona State. Still shooting almost 58% from 3. I can no longer say it's uncharacteristic of it when the kid's doing it 11 games into the season, and against now an Arizona State, which is a respectable program. They played at Washington. I think they'd lost that game too. No, they won that game by 2. It was a tight one. That's right. But you get me. They've played in Oregon now as well, Gonzaga, and he's still playing pretty well. Sky Clark, and obviously a Bilodeau here for UCLA, able to stretch the floor. Plenty of pieces on UCLA, but do I want to lay 26 points against the Cal Poly team that will press, which is a little risky here when you try to press a team with the talent of a UCLA compared to what they have. But they're going to try to get them down. They lost by 30 to USC. So now you're having to judge, is USC a little bit deeper than a UCLA? I would actually say so this year. That's going to be an interesting, set when those two get off against each other. So anyways, when it comes to this one, I think it's just a little too many points. UCLA really is on the middle of a nice little stretch where they play a UC Riverside next, until the new year. So I think, it's Christmas time coming up. They don't have to necessarily beat down this Cal Poly team. And I think Cal Poly team is, again, it's their Super Bowl when you get to play a UCLA team. Yeah, I can get behind a plus 26 here with Cal Poly. 1 second. Pick is Cal Poly here in this one. All right, guys. We got Abilene Christian and BYU here. BYU 34-point favorites. This one may only rise. Obviously, you probably want to look BYU's way just with all the talent and shooting they have on their side. A deep BYU team. Don't know if it's worth laying this many points, though. Let's just be real. Can I see an Abilene Christian who I think scores? Let me check here. Double check. I had it in a second. They were scoring somewhere in the 80s when I was looking. No. They're 74 points, 85 points for BYU here. But I think the way BYU plays, they might get to 100 here in this one. And I just Abilene Christian just needs to get to 50. And I think not even 50, maybe 55 can get us over this total. That's how much I think BYU gets up and down the floor on this one. Do they cover 34 points? I don't know. I like over 144.5, which, again, this may only rise, if not has risen. But, yes, over 144.5 in Abilene Christian BYU. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it there. We got NBA action now, about to get into, guys. We have Celtics and Heat here. I actually see 6.5s now. Celtics are going to lay. Let me get into the injury report here. We got NBA shenanigans, of course, that we have to try to get ahead of. So 1 second, let me read this. All right, for the Heat, we're going to have Hero still out with the toe. Larson out with the ankle. Jovic with the elbow for the Heat. Minot for the Celtics here. Game time. Hauser game time. Harper game time. I kind of like this Celtics squad still. Just starting to patch things up. It's a next man up, no name type team here. And the addition of an Anthony Simmons and Peyton Pritchard and whatnot doing their thing in this backcourt. Derek White, obviously, what's he up? Almost 19 points, 18 points a game. 31 his last time out here against Detroit. Just a deep backcourt that's versatile and able to guard multiple positions. Again, I say that a lot, except for maybe a Peyton Pritchard and Anthony Simmons. Those guys are more the point guard type defensive defenders. But again, very versatile guards still, what they can do offensively. The bigs like Keta, Garza have stepped up and came in and played quality minutes for Boston. I don't know. I don't like not having a Hero in the game. I think it's an extra shooter there that the Heat could use. Heat have not been playing well. I can make many cases here for Boston to get this one done, so I don't mind laying. They're probably now 6.5 here with the Celtics. All right, coming right on next to the 76ers and Knicks. We got Knicks here, 5.5-point favorites. Total is 230.5. Injury report in this one. We got Oubre, Watford out for the Sixers, and Embiid and Hunter Salas here, game time decision. Knicks looking like they're going to rest a host of players. Cat, McBride, Shamet, Hart, and Mitchell Robinson all out for the Knicks. Obviously, check these injury reports. This is what I'm seeing, night before. But minus 5.5 with all of those pieces out is a little worrisome to me. I get it. The Sixers, not the greatest of teams, in my opinion. I get 14-11 and probably will be a playoff type team, but I'm just still not sold on them. I still would lean them here plus the 5. We saw the Knicks just get, upset there like that, or didn't handle business against the Pacers in a spot we were, hoping wouldn't happen like that. Fresh, off of the cup win like that, they wouldn't have the hangover, but of course they did. I think the hangover may sneak into a couple games here, and get 5-6 points in your pocket with the Sixers, I'm not mad at. I do think an over. Again, no defense played, so that's what I think in this one. Over 230.5, and Sixers lean there in that one. This one here. Spurs and Hawks. I'm going to go with the same thing here. I think the Spurs could possibly be on their little hangover since the the break. I don't know. They did get the Wizards here tonight against the they did beat the Wizards again. I can't speak, guys. They did just beat the Wizards 119-94 tonight. But again, that's the Wizards. In a spot like this against the Hawks, back-to-back, injury report-wise, I don't see Wemby on it. It's looking like they're going to let him go full throttle. Porzingis out. Dante game time decision. We'll see Onyeka Okongwu, what he can do to counteract Wemby down there. That is a big I like. Jalen Johnson, nice piece here for the Hawks. Deep squad. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and they're getting a point and a half, or 2 points. Obviously, do your line shopping. I think grabbing a point and a half or 2 points here, we should have grabbed it with the Suns like that tonight. We hopped on the Warriors. They lose 99-98. Nothing wrong with taking a 1.5 here with the Hawks in a game that, let's say Wemby tomorrow gets announced that he's not playing here back-to-back spot. Wouldn't surprise me. Again, the injury report looks clean as of right now. But now you're getting a plus 1.5, and Hawks will more than likely be a minus 1.5. It'll probably go through 0 if Wemby doesn't play. This is a prediction. I mean, for all we know, he plays tomorrow. I still take the Hawks here. I think they can win this one outright. Spurs will get in a little funk here. Obviously they could have slipped up against the Wizards, but the Wizards were 2-18 straight up in San Antonio their last 20 games going into that. We know how bad the Wizards can be. And, the Spurs play the Wizards again right after. So that's their little medicine to take care of here. And then guess what? They get the Thunder here at home in about a week. So I don't know. It's not even a week. It's on Tuesday. So I'm not sure the Spurs are too concerned with this East Coast trip against the Hawks. It would be a lean to the Hawks here, plus the 1.5. That should be a fun one. And again, that could be being trying to be too sharp for my own good. But Hawks would be the pick. Bulls, Cavaliers in this one. We gave Bulls out last time. Let me read the injury report here. Bulls in this 2-game set here with the Cavaliers. Again, they got it done last time outright. For the injury report here, Collins, game time. Trey Jones, game time. DeSamu, game time. Olbrich, game time for the Bulls. Lots of question marks. And then Donovan Mitchell, now I'm seeing on the injury report here, game time decision. Mobley still out. Merrill out. Strus out. And Travers is still a game time decision as well. I'm not laying 7.5 with the Cavs. It's almost auto bet still. Is Giddey ready to get silly there on the court? Then I'll keep it a buck with him. What is he doing? 20 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. He's leading the team in all 3 categories. Again, triple doubles always live with Mr. Giddey. I just think there's plenty of pieces still. We want a couple of these guys who are on the game time here to play. Boozaless props are always going to be live, especially if Mobley's not going to be in. I get it. Jarrett Allen's still down there in the paint, but what happened last time? There's no reason why the Bulls can't start to get right here and get 2 straight here against the Cavs. Plus 7.5 money line, no problem with me. So that's how I feel about that one. We'll run it right back with the Chicago Bulls. We got Thunder, Timberwolves here in this one. Injury report once again for the Timberwolves is showing Ant Edwards here with the foot problems. What do we got here? Michael Conley as well, dealing with some Achilles stuff. It says the 21st estimated return. We'll see. Jalen Williams, the Arkansas Jalen Williams, he'll be out. Isaiah Hartenstein out. Topic out. And that's about it here for the Warriors. For the Thunder, this is going to be really predicated on Timberwolves. I would love to have the Timberwolves at plus 7.5 with Ant. Without Ant, I think we get with Ant, I think we get maybe even 6.5, 5.5. It's going to move. But without Ant, I think it stays there. It goes to 8, possibly 9. So this one you got to just sit and wait and see what's going on with Ant. I actually got lucky there against the Warriors. I thought he was playing, made the bet already and everything, expecting him in that big game to play. Doesn't. This is another big game. Again, the Thunder are the team that eliminated them. So I know the Timberwolves want to get at them. I think the Timberwolves at the end of the day have a deep enough squad to compete with the Thunder. A little bit of backcourt concerns. Again, DiVincenzo's hit or miss sometimes. Rob Dillingham, we've expected more things out of him this year. Hasn't done much. Terrence Shannon is still a young piece. Jaden McDaniel is really more of a long wing defensive 3-point 3-and-D type guy. Is it just Ant Edwards really on the outside? That's my concern with them. And the Thunder have multiple guys, even when Shai Gilgeous isn't going, which he seems to be going every night. Again, it's 90-plus games now, 20-plus points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I can make a case for the Timberwolves still. So that'll be where I would go just because of the value. The case would be somebody steps up like a Terrence Shannon, DiVincenzo steps up, and then obviously the front court advantage. I'm going to call Timberwolves having an advantage almost against any squad outside maybe the Spurs, and I'd still like how they match up with a Wemby. And the Rockets are another team that has a great front court. There's teams with good front courts, don't get me wrong, but Timberwolves would be where I'm looking there in that one. So there you have it, guys. We gave you just about everything, some hockey, some some NCAA football. He gave you some NCAA basketball. And, of course, we covered the NBA just now. There you guys have it. Of course, link in the description. We had a pretty brutal day. I opened back up again, put some picks, spreaded it out a little bit. Rams did get it done. You're like, how'd Rams get it done? They lost. What? +2, +1.5, got it done. Put that on the site, bet that myself as well. It was an amazing way to get that done, even though, again, ugly game. I watched the whole thing. For them to choke like that, ugly. The punt return, I already knew, writing on the wall. You don't let – that's a momentum swinger that – there's so many numbers that, when you let up a special teams touchdown, the numbers of you winning in that game are drastically go the other way. Special team touchdowns, you never want to give up. That's all I got to say. If you back Rams money line, that's what happens. Always take a point. Always take 2 points. That whole time when I saw it was 37-30, and Seahawks are driving down the field, I was like, they can literally score a touchdown and go for 2, and we're good here. Like, that's all I was thinking. Like, my only hope, because it was starting to tick down in time, I was like, maybe they are not scared to go for a tie or kick the field goal, hope for a stop to get the ball back with seconds left and get it, a 40-37 win. I was just, all the scenarios are going in your head when you're watching that Rams bet. The Rams bet went my way, though. Let me check some of these final scores because, again, I started this show, guys, and a lot of the action is still going on. I know I was on the Kings tonight. What happened here with this Kings game? Plus the 8. It's overtime. Oh, no. I'll stay quiet. I'll stay very quiet. That one, just bad feeling because I saw it was a +2. Or it was at 2 points with like 12 seconds left. The Kings were down by 2. It's in overtime now. I'll stay quiet about that. Hockey was brutal. Hockey was brutal today. The Wild did go our way. But we took a shot on the Kraken, and then we took a shot on the Blackhawks. So a 1-2 day hockey-wise. Brutal day. We did get the Rangers Blues under 5.5. Again, Rangers just keep playing to the under, even against a crappy team like the Blues. Had to go to overtime to get the win. So, yeah, 2-3 day, actually, because I forgot 2-4 day, my bad. I'm sorry, because I forgot I gave the over out in Oilers and Bruins. And, of course, I should have just stuck to my Oilers side pick. I don't know. Yeah, 6 straight now for the Oilers in Boston. I was expecting Boston to punch back and score a little bit, and then have Edmonton open up. That one could have been a fun one. But the 3-1 win for the Oilers is what it is. I've had better days in hockey. The Dogs needed to come through. One of them, they're about done with the Blackhawks. I say that just when you think you're done with the team, that's when they start winning. So just, the ebbs and flows of this game. The Kraken just was ugly. They were up in this game, had a chance to win it, and let that go there late like that to the Flames is ugly. Maple Leafs never in it from the start, is what it is. Just really talking about the L's, I could talk about the Wild, how well they play. I could talk about the Rangers under. There was, key things that happened tonight. Stars as well, puck line. Do we go to a Stars puck line? Again, We'll see. I'll probably more than likely be on the morning show tomorrow, guys. Check out some more scores as well. Right. That Xbox Bowl wound up going over the total. We also gave that out. That one was a nice, was not an easy rocking chair winner by any means. Every time you check the scores on these things and tune in to watch a little bit, you're checking the score, you're doing the math. And the math's not mathing when it comes to, and they get it 34-28 over 54.5, and we'll take that all day long. So that's a nice one. So yeah, college football 1-0 today. NBA wise, let's see. The Nets under was a hit, but the Nets didn't cover. Very ugly there. Hornets got it done and outright. Those Knicks don't cover, but the Pacers covered. But those Knicks win, but the Pacers cover. That was an ugly game. What else here? Of course, Thunder cover. Pelicans outright. Is what it is because that was ugly. Pelicans outright there. A team that I've been backing. The one time I say, maybe it's time to just touch it. I mean, the over hit. That one was one we put in as well. Over 234.5. But yeah, we could have just touched that Pelicans money line, but we didn't. It is what it is. But yeah, let me go check out the comments here, and then we'll get out of here, guys. Again, link in the description, guys. Check out all the picks we have. Had better days than today, that's for sure. But the NFL, to get the Rams win, I'll take that because that sometimes, even if you have a losing day, today we lost a couple units. No, we opened up so much volume. We can get it back with a little bit. We'll go with a little bit more volume tomorrow because I like this little slate we have. These over this week or so with the football we have on the Saturdays now with the NFL, all sorts of stuff. The volume will be up here for the next week or so. But let's check out some of these guys. Devils game to go under. Absolutely. He had the Pelicans money line. Yup. Nice for you. Seahawks money line. I hope, DeAndre. Oh man. Well, you probably covered. No. Money line because they won by 1. So yeah, I had Rams plus 1.5 plus 2.5. So I'll still say night and day. Rams are the better team. They just keep playing like shit late, not finishing games. Sonny in the chat, he was on the Rams team total. Full game over. Rams. So hey, he had the Rams plus 1.5. I like it. That's how you get it done. That's how you get her done. But yeah, he had a ton of action. Luka over, LeBron over, Georgia. I like it. He goes, I'm just bragging. Right. Had a few losers. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I like to talk about the losers too. Really like to talk about the losers more than the winners. Stay humble in this game. But anyways, Westerman coin flip playoff game. Ain't made my mind up yet. Don't think Bama should have got in. That's what he's thinking. I will say they seem to have put the weakest SEC teams in. Don't know how I feel about that, man. About saying they shouldn't be in. They would pistol whip a JMU. They would pistol whip a Tulane. So let's I don't know. But yeah. Thunder being -10 seems suspicious. They've been so good. So now they're -10? That means that line has risen. Again, I'm just going off. I can check on the phone real quick right now. Thunder. Let me see if that line's rose. Thunder and Timberwolves line for tomorrow. If it's up to 10, that's almost telling you Ant's not playing. No, I see 7.5 for the Thunder. So we'll see about that. NFL doing NFL. She is. Rams should have won. Every time I see Kraken under, well, not tonight. Or was it 6.5 the total? Because I believe it was, 4-2? Ugly the way they let that one go. Ugly the way they let that one go with the Kraken, man. That was a trying to be too smart for your own good, taking plus money with the Kraken there. Flames are playing great hockey right now, but 170 is just ugly. Hey, somebody got puck line, though. That's for sure. If you went puck line, don't lay no minus 170. I lost my wife and kids listening to you. Oh, no. That's not good. Hey, that happens. I'm done with Penguins. I mean, yeah, I've been kind of done with them, and then they can't even, I'm just done with them. I can be done with them a little bit, too. We'll see. Long Beach State got hooked. Not cool. Oh, no. They won by 3, huh? Let me see, because I was seeing 3.5s all day. That was one that I was thinking about getting to the window on. The one that I got to the window on was American, and American wound up just making me fucking eat. Oops. American, just did not go my way. God, I can't stand VCU. Let me just put it that way. I cannot stand VCU. I'm in this funk with VCU right now. I fade them, they cover. I ride them, they just can't cover. So let me see. What was the final score? It was by 3, huh? Yeah, 81-78 to Pepperdine. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Illinois State was one I gave out. A lot of people jumped on it too. I got a little bit worried, but I was like, people were on Southern Illinois as well. Yep, I knew to stay away from UT Martin. That was a team I've been trying to back all year. For Long Beach to get hooked like that, though, is nasty. 80% of the bets and money on the Sooners. Bet OU still favored. I trust the line. I mean, I get that. Mateer is going to show up tomorrow, or they're screwed. Simpson, don't get me wrong, has to show up too. That's the thing. I think my money's on Simpson. That's all. We'll see. They last first game to terrible Florida State team by 14, lost 2-3 games. Okay, he's talking about Alabama. Okay, the Florida State loss is ugly, no doubt about it. They've lost twice to Georgia. That's it. And then to Oklahoma. So they get to avenge this Oklahoma loss. We'll see. I'm not impressed with Oklahoma. I'm not impressed with Mateer. So that's how I look at it. 12 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. You could say the injuries all year have been plaguing him, but again, Washington State this kid's come from, and it's a big step up. I get Ty Simpson first-year starter, but he's at least been in the Alabama program now for a little bit, used to playing in this SEC conference. This is a big game for, Venables and DeBoer. A lot will tell here future-wise of the programs. I think DeBoer can outcoach him, at least offensive play calling-wise. Just because Venables may get the better of him defensive blitz-wise doesn't mean that Oklahoma is going to draw up this great offensive game plan and score all these points themselves. I think Bama's defense even gets in Mateer's face and, again, makes Mateer struggle. And we're just asking one or two big plays. That the team with the bigger chance of making the big plays, I believe, is Alabama. So even on the road, guys. Don't say I didn't tell you. And guess what? I'll come on here tomorrow and I'll be like, shout out to whoever was on Oklahoma. So there you go, guys. Shout out to Sonny. Shout out to Alex here in the chat. DeAndre in the chat. I think that's about it, guys. It's a pretty solid night so far. Joseph as well. Apparently his wife and kids are abandoning him. So good luck with that. It's Christmas time. Spend time with your loved ones, everyone. Again, check the link in the description. Plenty of content for you guys. Plenty of picks on the channel as well, and on the site, excuse me. But yes, 2-for-1 Capper promotion, Tony T discount at checkout. Get that 15% off. And sign up with something long-term, guys. You get the best value there. You'll see all the picks I put in, not just the individual packages that I put out for the day. You'll see all the future picks that I've put in for the next upcoming days, even extra picks for that current day that I haven't just put up into an individual package. Being on the long-term package, you will see it. So a lot of the people that were on that today got to see a couple of them. The college football bowl game comes to mind. That one was actually a pack I gave out to everybody else as well. But some of the hockey, which really the Wild one comes to mind. Some of these late steam action plays too get, the email notifications directly to your phone. Plenty of perks signing up long term. Sonny, one more thing to say in the chat, and then we'll get out of here. He says, as a Huskers fan, I hate Notre Dame, Bama, and Miami, but I feel and Notre Dame got hosed. Notre Dame absolutely got hosed. I had it, so I can make a case Ole Miss shouldn't be in. Because you're like, what? And I can make a case A&M shouldn't be in. Strength of schedule, and Ole Miss not 100% anymore with the coach gone. I think a couple players even left. So, yeah. We have a Whiskers appearance. I'm trying to get out of here, but then I see we have a Whiskers appearance. My guy faded, LOL. That's Whiskers for you. Whiskers is faded in the chat. Man, tough to see Whiskers like that, but it is what it is. I think he's faded off that Syracuse. Faded off that Syracuse juice. Or maybe riding high on it. They haven't been playing too bad. Whiskers appearance in the chat. Good to hear. Go back, watch all the videos or all the picks here on this video. Like and subscribe. Peace out to everybody, guys. You guys have a great, wonderful weekend. And again, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. on the West Coast, 12 p.m. midnight, I'll have you guys, the Tony's Picks Look Ahead Show. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.